This is your 3-step shortcut to 6 figures using an FCC loophole with over $50 billion in lost government money. Hey guys, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Spencer Van. And yes, this is part 3 of our 3 steps shortcut to 6 figures using the FCC loophole with over $50 billion in lost government money. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, I'd really recommend watching those because this video won't make sense if you didn't watch the other 2, okay? But with that being said, smash the like button down below, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because I try to put out these series as much as I can. Hopefully you find them entertaining, but more importantly, educational. Hopefully they help you in your business, whatever your goals are. With that being said, where are we at? Well, we've covered F, which stands for find. We've covered C, which stands for connect. And now we're at the second C, which stands for collect. So find, connect, collect. Now, before we jump into collect, I wanted to explain one thing that I guess it's like step 2.5, right? And it's not even really a step, it's just something for you to be aware of. The collection process starts when somebody says yes, right? When somebody says, yes, I want to work with you, which is wonderful. However, you need to understand that there's different types of yeses. And if you've been in sales before, you already know what I'm talking about. But if you're new and new to this business and just new to business in general, you won't know, okay? Basically, when somebody says yes, it doesn't mean that they're actually gonna follow through. What kind of big surprise was that, right? Everybody already knew that. But you need to figure out whether it's a real yes or a fake yes. And in order to do that, you need to get adept at reading people, at understanding their tonalities, at understanding their body language if you see them in person, and also just understanding how to structure your collect process. Because if your collect process is very difficult for them to understand, it's very time consuming for them, and it's this huge long thing that's like very daunting for them to do, and they give you a half-assed yes, they're not gonna do it. Even if they genuinely want to, they're not gonna do it. Even if they're 100% committed, you want your collect process to be as easy and simple as possible, right? And that's why we're making this video today. So what does that look like? What does it look like to have a easy and simple collect process? Well, number one is you need to draw your collect process on a flow chart. It needs to be very clear and upfront. Now, the reason why I haven't made one for you is because every single niche in every single state is different, right? A little bit different. With state funds, it could be, hey, I get a yes, you sign some simple paperwork. By the way, it's always paperwork when you talk to your clients. It's never a contract, it's never documents, it's paperwork, okay? You have them sign some simple paperwork, submit that to the state sends you your money and sends me my finder's fee. Maybe that's it. That's a really simple one. Maybe you're in mortgage overages or mortgage funds, right? And it's a lot more complicated. It has to do with attorneys. You're working with a county courthouse. Things are going back and forth. The attorney needs more information, a couple times a week. He's going to need to contact that. Maybe it's a little more complicated. But you need to get clear on what it is right now or what it's going to be if you haven't closed a deal yet. And you can figure that out by understanding your niche. That's why it's so important to understand your niche and how it works. Okay, that's number one. Once you have it written out clearly in a flow chart, the next step that you want to do is say, okay, cool. Well, how can I make this experience easier and simpler for the customer to understand? Client, or whatever you want to call this person that you're working with, the claimant, right? How can I make it easier and simpler? Well, if I know that I'm going to need them to sign some paperwork, which you're always going to need, right? You're always going to do that. How can I make that simpler? Well, I can take care of the mobile notary. I can have a mobile notary come out to their house, and I can explain the benefit of myself, meaning you, paying for that to happen. It's 50, 60 bucks. It's, no more than 100 bucks. Not only are they going to come out to your house, but they'll take care of it for you. Maybe you pay them a little extra. They'll mail it to the right person, make sure it gets there on time, all of that for you. Okay, cool. Now that's less worry. All they have to do is be in their own house and sign some documents. That's it. Okay, how simple is that, right? Hey, on top of that, we're going to give you weekly updates once a week of exactly where your deal is. And listen, on your side, it might be, hey, it's in the same place it was last week. Just wanted to touch base with you, see if you had any questions, we're here for you. But even just that one email a week gets them feeling, wow, okay, this company, this group of people is really taking care of me, and I'm not just left out in the dust. Because you don't know how many deals that we've stolen, meaning my partner and I, our company, and all of our students have stolen from people that have gotten a deal, have gotten maybe even paperwork signed, but they never followed up with the person, they never collected the money, and so now 6 months, 2 years later, we swoop in and say, hey, we're a better company. We take care of our customers, we take care of our claimants, and we're going to do a much better job. And they work with us because the best company wins, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Once you've drawn it out on paper, ask yourself on each step, how can we make this easier and simpler for the customer, okay, or for the claimant, okay? And then obviously the third step is to go in and actually do those things, right? To go in and actually make it easier and simpler. And once you have all of that done, you should have a very simple collect process. And then we can get more advanced. We can say, hey, that's where we can throw in some virtual assistants. That's where we can throw in some, other employees if you want to have employees, and make it to where you're not involved at all. Maybe you're just signing one piece of paper and that's it. And then you just get a check. Or maybe you don't want to do it. Maybe you do want to be involved 100%. I don't know. That's up to you to completely decide there. But moral of the story is you got to get clear on it. Then you got to ask yourself how you can make it better, not for you, but for the claimant, for the person that's actually paying the bills, quote unquote, even though you're not collecting money from them. It's just their deal, right? So if they don't want to do it, they change their mind, you're out of luck, right? So that's why you got to make it better for them. And then how can I make it better for me? By hiring it, making it automated, outsourcing it, whatever you need to do. So that's the framework we go to with Collect. Hopefully that makes sense. If you enjoyed this series, hit a like button down below, comment down below what other topics you'd like me to discuss in future videos, and of course, smash the subscribe button and the notification bell, because we try to release these mini guides as much as possible, and I'd like them to get viewed because they can actually help push the needle a little bit in your life. So with that being said, I will see you on the next video, and yeah, I'll see you there.